I already got a flag and a culture and a dialect. I'm in now, I can't get out of it. Or someone comes along, like the brother said, honestly, somebody's blowing up what took place in the Nation of Islam, right? Some people are already in it, bucket deep. How are they going to get out now? They went around their family and said, listen, you better not keep no pork because all life Muhammad is the messenger, not the prophet Muhammad's God, and we better say, the whole family going, okay. Hey, that's the family talk about Jesus is wrong, blah, blah. I got all this dialogue going, and now someone says, you're wrong. What do I do with that? I got to go back to all my brothers and say, first, you know, niggas don't apologize. But I got to go back and say, I was wrong by everything I said to you. We don't do that. We say, I knew it all the time. I was just with them. I knew there was something a little greater coming. I just walked alongside them for a while. That's the stuff we do. Rather than come down, the Paragons just came on telling the other day, instead of saying what he did say, just say, everything I was taught, I feel is wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It means that I feel it's wrong. It doesn't mean the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is wrong. It don't seem right to me. And hope that someone don't say, explain yourself. Something he never did anyway. All he did is got to lecture, he never really explained himself. If he had taken the time to explain himself to his career, he would have been better understood. But when you have a doctrine that doesn't explain itself, like belief. Believe me. I said, I don't want to believe you. I want to know. Well, then have faith then. I don't want any faith. I want some facts. I want some confirmation, some conviction, some realities. I had enough of that crap. What happens? What happens to the fiber of the system when people start to question it? If it's not founded on any firm principles, it starts to fall apart. And believe you, I'm going to tell you, the worst thing the white man could ever did was to put a computer in a black man's hand. Because he took illiterate people and made them literate. So Christians say that's what Jesus meant when he said, I make the meek, the dumbfounded, the wise. Now that's a good verse for you to work with. They ain't got no sense to use it though. I would have said, all the Christians, that's what God meant. You gonna bring the computer and make the meek, the dumbfounded. I go on the computer right now and find things about Hebrew and all the languages and just go to a thing called Logos Bible and lexicon, just break down words and see how things are just not the way you've been saying it was when I had the King James Version without source of reference. And I don't feel good about it. I want you to come back on the air and straighten this mess up. Who? Who do I ask in Christianity? The Pope? Who do I ask to straighten the mess out? I know when it comes to Egyptology, I know who y'all ask. Me. And my job is to sit here and address these things. Where's the other guys? I'm addressing questions for Muslims, Jews, and Christians, and I can't ask nobody questions. And I got some questions. I got 360 questions to ask everybody who wants some trouble and some people I haven't met yet. I got some questions to ask. You know, a nigga can always ask a question. You hear me? Because they can't stand it. That's a sign for us in this day and time. It's a sign for us to put it all behind us and move. Like I said earlier over there, we can find ourselves, our faces on the wall in Egypt, lips, nose, eyes, and hair texture. Right on down to our pot bellies, our knock knees, our women with big hips and thin calves. All that's on the wall in Egypt, sisters. We see it. And them little pouches that y'all are shaking. It's on the wall in Egypt, and if that's what the Egyptian women look like, then hell, y'all are beautiful us, because that's who we are. We gotta stop tracing, what's her name, Twiggy, living some little frail white girl with nothing. And that's what it's about. We gonna have to accept it because what? That's us. You with me? And we gotta move through this new millennium, carrying a new message to people. You know what that message is? I'm from Missouri. Show me. That's a simple thing. I mean, Rev, I love you. Yai, my grandmother prayed there. My great-grandmother in the church. I was raised and born in. Show me, Pop. Can I talk to you in your office privately? I don't want to insult you in front of the congregation, and you might lose some gas money. Can I talk to you over there in private? Because I want to talk to you about me bringing my kids here. Because my mother brought me here for Sunday school, and I didn't realize they were saying Egyptian God's son. At the end of every prayer, we said, amen. And I didn't know we was talking about the God Amun-Ra. I didn't realize it. I was dumbfounded. I was brainwashed. And when I said Jesus is the bright and early morning star, I didn't say that's the sun. Jesus walked the water. The sun walks the water every morning. When it comes up, the light walks the water to the shore. I couldn't see all that. I couldn't see the mystical meaning of the Bible because I was blinded by the light. Right? That light hit me in my face and I couldn't see. See, the Freemasons and them give you this about when you get in the lodge and it's dark, when they take the blindfold off, now you can see. That's not true. If I blindfold you and take you into a lit room, when I pull the blindfold off, it takes time for your eyes to adjust to that room. You are still blind and at my mercy. You hear me? So what they're really telling us is that we are nocturnal beings. You do know that, right? And if we get into a black room, pitch black, it takes a little while for our eyes to adjust. Where does the light come from, brother? Where does it come from? I'm all the way back over there. You know how I teach, right? You'll think I forgot what I was talking way over there. Where does it come from? If I walk into the all-black room, and after a while I begin to see inside, some light came on somewhere. Where did the light come on at? Right inside here, in the soul plex. The soul, the word soul in Latin is sun. The light comes on inside and gives me the ability to see in dark, and that's what makes a nocturnal creature. Because they can pull light out of darkness and see it. Caucasians can't do it. You follow? And that's why they make you sleep with the light on. Tell you always sleep with the light on. Islam teaches that. Christianity, don't never sleep in the dark. You know why? Because you'll learn to face yourself. You know the bad thing about facing yourself? Sometimes you scare the hell out of you. Now you know you went in the room by yourself. And you know you shut the door behind you. Right? Ain't nobody in the room but you and you. All of a sudden, you lay there saying something different. I can feel it. Something's watching me. You ever get that feeling? You look at the coat on the wall, on the door, and it's your coat. You hung the coat there, and all of a sudden the coat becomes a man looking at you like this. The man will win. You know what I'm saying? You know what that is? That's the devil inside you trying to get out and attack you. Ain't nobody in the room but you, God. And if there's a you God there, there's also a you devil there. Because you know we're just as good as we are bad. And anybody walking around playing holy got a lot of holes in their stuff. Ain't no preacher, teacher, no, the Pope is sneaking. Believe me. If you're mortal, you have mistakes. And any man who thinks he doesn't have mistakes, don't trust him. One of the models I've been teaching on for years, and I'll say it again today, and I'll enumerate them. Don't believe me. Check it out. And I just ask that every preacher and every teacher make that same declaration. Don't believe them. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Say, that nigga crazy. That's what you say. He's nuts. I ain't believing it. And he said, I'm going to check it out. Check it out. Investigate it. Scrutinize it. I've been around teaching since 1970, been being asked questions every week for men, and have never yet had a problem with it. I don't care where they come from or what their doctrine is and how heavy they think they are, I'll walk with them. And some of y'all were right here with me doing it. And I've been saying the same thing. Don't believe what I say. Check it out. But also say that to them. Don't just do it to me. Go to the shrine of Black Madonna. Let me ask you a question. Why shrine? That word right there. Why shrine? You know what shrine is. Why that? Why the Black Madonna? You know what I'm saying? Why black? And why Madonna? I'm not talking about the singer Madonna. Y'all sing, y'all niggas sing. I ain't talking about Madonna, sorry, bro. I'm talking about, the whole thought of Madonna puts us back into the Roman doctrine of Christianity. And and a blessed Mother Mary. A Mary, the Mother of God. Stop. This is kind of strange. God is all powerful and almighty, ain't got a mother. God was born. God was born in a manger. God was passing through the cavity or the channel of a woman. God came out and had a cord that had to be cut. Then God had to have the liquid that's in his lungs pumped out, otherwise God would have drowned the moment he was born. God was dependent. Can God ever be dependent and be God? Can God be born and be God? Do you see what they've done to us? Can God have a mother and the mother precedes God? The mother was there first if she gave birth to God. Are you with me? So if the mother was there first, then the mother is, Mary was God. Jesus was the Son of God. Ain't that what they said? But Mary was God. Now you say, wait a minute, man, that sounds kind of crazy. Of course it sounds crazy when you are under a belief system. But when you start analyzing the facts, let's do a little scientific thing. All right. Jesus, all you who walk with me for years, you know where I'm going. Jesus was a little girl child, right? No. Jesus was a boy child. That means Jesus had an X and Y chromosome, right? Like all other men on the planet. If Jesus was a man, and we know he's a man because he got circumcised on the 8th day. That helps us to know he. Let's know what that means if women don't. Some of us even remember it. So Jesus, according to the Bible, was circumcised on the 8th day. That's established that Jesus was a man. He belonged to the male gender. And that means Jesus had an X and Y from me. All right. Now, Mary gave birth to Jesus. Is that fact? That's what the Bible teaches us. That's true. And women, female gender, only have 2 X, no Y chromosome. Correct? Mary was by herself. When the angel Gabriel came to her and said, Hail Mary, full of grace, thou art chosen above the women in the world. You are about to conceive, right, of the Holy Ghost, the Son of God. And you should call his name Emmanuel, meaning God be with us, or God is with us. Ain't that what the Bible says? Now I have a problem. All that sounds good. It's a nice story. It's good for prayer. It's good for that kind of thing. It's fun. When I come down to the scientific part of this thing, then I have a problem. You know what I mean? The problem is, where did the Y chromosome come from? Now the angel Gabriel came. We know Gabriel is a man because the book of Daniel said Gabriel is a man. That Gabriel. We know Gabriel's token. For those who know what I mean. For those who don't, Gabriel had semen if he was a man. And in Gabriel's semen, there had to be a Y chromosome. I'm not saying Gabriel did anything to Mary yet. I ain't saying he didn't either. I ain't saying. I want to get all the way to get this thing in place first, so we'll find out if it makes any sense. You with me? So here we got Mary, a woman, 2 X chromosomes, no Y. An angel comes to Mary and tells her she's going to give birth to a son. To a son. He's predicting there's going to be a Y chromosome there. Mary ends up pregnant. Joseph didn't do it. Joseph came home with a Y chromosome, but Joseph was token. We know that because he had other children. And Joseph wanted to know, Mary, you're what? I'm pregnant. Stop. Let's get away from the religion and the crap and get to reality. Mary's pregnant. Now, the point that she's pregnant, he has no idea of knowing whether it's a male or female child. Correct? You don't know yet until the baby's born. So now we got 9 months to figure this thing out. Correct? There ain't nothing deep about it because this same guy, Gabriel, he gets around him. Gabriel also visited Elizabeth, Mary's cousin, a couple of months earlier, and visited her. And her husband, Zachariah, a priest, was saying, I ain't got it up in me. I ain't had a resurrection or erection in years. I can't have no baby. You know what I mean? Like he's asking Elizabeth, how you get pregnant? This is real. Let's forget all the religious crap and get down to it. If it was you and you came home and your wife said, I'm pregnant by the Holy Ghost. Well, I want to talk to the Holy. What's his first name? Holy? Like in Holyfield? Or like his last name Ghost? Well, I want to talk to this nigga. Holy. You was pregnant by the Holy. What? That's some ghost. There'll be some ghosts up in this room. Y'all don't come up where that baby came from. Don't run that crap like you would say, oh, darling, that is so wonderful. You was in your room or your tent by yourself, and a light came down, and it overpowered you, and now you're pregnant. Baby, that's beautiful. We're gonna walk through this thing together, baby. Bull crap. You be like raising hands, throwing sandals around, and tipping over frankincense. And breaking angel wings, and you be bugging out. And so did Joseph. Read your Bible. Well, Joseph, in his mind, could not imagine how Mary could have got pregnant, and he wasn't thinking about it. Well, I couldn't figure out she got pregnant when he wasn't there. But somebody was in there with a Y chromosome. Scientific fact versus religious bullcrap that we've been indoctrinated with by the slave master who gave us the same religion that he enslaved us with. Same bullcrap. To make us turn the other cheek so he can keep slapping us. So he can keep me and you on the bottom of the totem pole. He keeps making us worship his image and his likeness. Image of the beast. I ain't going to fraud, but I still want to know where in the Y chromosome. I know if I was Joseph, I'd be mad as all hell. And you would not be able to tell me that no light came in the house and you got pregnant. Would you, brother? All the religion in the world won't support that in my mind. But when Jesus was born in the manger, we're doing a Christmas thing. And wise men knew about it. Everybody knew Joseph's business. Niggas came from Persia. All of Persia when it's been, that was in business there. Joseph believed it. Joseph believed it. That was in Persia. They gave you 3 men from 3 places on 4 points of the planet. They were saying, let's go see it. Niggas, only niggas would do that. Follow the star against it just so they can get in. That's what's for you. That's the kid. That's God's kid. Okay, Joe. You don't like the way it sounds as a Christian, do you? But it just happens to be the truth. And the truth hurts. Especially when they drill their form of truth in our soul. And work it inside and use it so I can use it against me. So that we as a people can't unite. That's how they work. And they make us believe bull crap, unrealities, fictions, fables, Tarzan, Superman, Bionic Man, Superwoman, a little talking rat now. The hell next? We had our children were turtles 5 years ago. Ninja Turtles and what else? Power Rangers. Bonnie, a purple dinosaur. They ain't got all inside our stuff and messing up our minds. But when it comes to Egypt, they made Elizabeth Taylor Cleopatra. They had a new mummy movie out. The only black people in the movie is the Pharaoh boy. Is that what happened? Yes. After she cheated, like women always do, after she cheated on the Pharaoh, the day they said, the Pharaoh's boy is here. The door opened, the niggas came back and said, you saw that? The niggas had that stone up Peachtree Walk. I was like, picture this. They're literally telling you that the soldiers on a royal Almond Rock one of the niggas. Wesley. Hello. But they saturate the movie with Caucasians, pretending they're us. And then they give us fictitious creatures. Hercules. Now Hercules got a girlfriend, I forgot her name. What's her name? Zeta. She's the last letter in the Greek alphabet. You thought she got away, didn't you? Back to the Y chromosome. Just a little bit of time. When Jesus was born in the manger, and the wise men came, a boy baby was there. Where did the Y chromosome come from? Scientists, cut the crap. The hell with the reverends and the pastors and the rabbis and all that bullshit. Go to your mind, go to your computer and study chromosomes. Where did it come from? Explain it, Reverend. They can't do it. And they'll call you all kind of names, blasphemous. They'll call us a suicide cult. White people commit suicide. You can't even beat a nigga to death. Did you see the Rodney King thing? Rodney King was hanging on to life like you would just beat that nigga for 3 hours. White person hit him one time, oh, God, pooped out. You with me? We're a suicide cult because we don't conform to that bull no more. Because I want my children to see themselves as something great. All my children I call Prince something or Princess. That's their first name. my son's name is Amon, he's called Prince Amon. If my daughter's name is, let's say, Isis, she's called Princess Isis. I put it in their mind. I don't put that on their birth certificate. I put that in their mind, on their birth certificate. Not on a piece of paper, but on a piece of heart. I teach my children who want to be nerds. You teach your children who want to be hip. I teach my children to be proud to be nerds. So now when their birthdays come around, I ask them what they want. You know what they say? A book. I want a book. Give me some books, Baba. And there wasn't no guns. That don't mean they don't play with guns. I made a mistake and gave them some water guns. When they shot me, they go play with them if you give it to them. Ain't no doubt about it, because that's on television. You follow? You got to put something different in your children's head than that you're giving us, because whatever it is, it has not been working for us. It works for them, but it don't work for me and you. You wouldn't? The system he got set up, his education system, is working for them. But there's more of them millionaires than us. More of them controlling things than us. So we got to come up with a system or something that works for us. And that thing that works for us is first self-identity. Who the hell am I? I need some roots to grow. I ain't got no roots here in America. I can't grow here in his culture. Of course, as a Native American I can, but what did he do to that? He reserved that until after the year 2000. Meaning he put me up on a reservation. Are you with me? We've got to make that decision now. Because we're in the new millennium, we've got to make the decision to give them back their book and have our own stuff. Like I said, right before the millennium, God is aiming tornadoes. Ain't no tornadoes in no black neighborhoods. What's the possibility of 20 tornadoes missing black neighborhoods? Earthquakes, landslides. Planes, now you know why the planes are crashing and the trains are crashing? Because the Y2K we knew, because our doctrine told us, don't be looking at 12 o'clock midnight, look past it because the calendar's off, because the planet's on a 23-degree axis. So the time zone is not accurate any longer. We knew this because right now having the Y2K, they didn't think, oh, it's a love bug today. It's a love letter tomorrow. It's a so-and-so. Everybody knows that America collapsed. That the stock market fell right after the year 2000. And they still haven't been able to pick it up. Everybody knows it's a reality. Everybody knows these love bugs are part of Y2K. Computers are shutting down. And they're calling them love bugs, but they can't explain it. Hackers don't even know what's going on. Come on, folks. Wake up, y'all. Get out the coffin. Stop believing it. The man's power has fallen. He is down like Goliath on one knee, David. It's time for you to pick up that sword and take his head. Otherwise, he's going to get up. And I don't mean take his head violently, because you ain't got no step. You got a 9mm, and you can shoot at a stuff with a 9mm. Oh, that nigga part a hole above this here ground. I say, y'all niggas want to really fight? We gonna go pat, pat, pat. We ain't got that kind of war no more. It's a war of dependency. The man is depending on you now. He ain't making agreements with China because he wants to. He's making agreements with China because he has to. He don't want to deal with it. But China don't have no love for America and no fear for them. The Chinese men are not attracted to white women. But nigger men are. Chinese men are satisfied with their woman. Indians are satisfied with only people trying to get out their races is you. Trying to chase white women. Avoid women of color. That's what you do. You go past Orientals, past Latinos, and go right after some blonde-haired, blue-eyed, canine. Sorry if I hurt your feelings. It's just the way it's gonna be. I've been for 400 years. Hello, wake up, smell the coffee. I'm saying it's funny to nigga. You know one of the most satisfying things I see on television is when a hurricane wipes their house away, and they be standing there like this here. I don't know what do we do. I mean, the house is going, the dog is dead. I don't know. I like that look. We had that look on our face for the last 400 years. We know exactly how you feel. The only difference was the hurricane was just coming in, taking our stuff, destroying our neighborhoods and blaming us. Landlords not fixing up the property, bringing it down to the ghetto, and then saying that's the way we want to live. Not giving us equal opportunities or a fair shot, and then calling us bums. Because we don't want to work in McDonald's. You understand? And I want a piece of the rock. I want my share of this thing. If I feel I'm qualified to make the money as a man, I should be able to get it. But no, you can't. You get held back. Now, how long are we going to do this? How long are we going to go for this? Or are we going to take what we have as Egyptians, build from what we got, and start providing jobs for our own? Start doing for self. Like all Elijah Muhammad said, self-kind. Build our own stuff. We got brothers now all throughout the police department, sheriff's department, go out there and get them jobs. There's not one organization that ever said go get a job as a cop. But us. Go become the judges. Become the lawyers, the DAs, the county clerks, the magistrate. Get all up inside there. Right now, when you walk into most restaurants in Georgia, somebody goes, roll back. Now move out of the restaurants and move into the board of education, become the principals and the teachers and the doctors and the nurses and the doctor's assistants. So when I get there, you be going, roll back. If I gotta get a needle, I might take my pants down in front of one of y'all, then turn my back on some cracker nowadays. Well, nowadays or any days for that matter. You understand what I'm talking about? And we got the power to do it. We got the power to do it. You see all these folks out here? We got the power to do it. Because the mysteries of Egypt intrigued you, the secrets of the pyramids and the scientists that built them. Well, now you can have the secrets. Now you can enter into ancient Egyptian order and learn who and what you are. Who built the pyramids? Why? Medicine, alchemy, the secrets of symbolism revealed to you. Enter the ancient Egyptian order now.